Cavecast, the uncensored show for nerds of all kinds.
It's really wild because to kind of give you just like a perspective of things is that I think like you had mentioned Too Lit a couple of times and was like, oh, this is a reactor that I watch. But the first reaction I ever saw of yours was actually Popular Monster. And it was, dude, it was so much fun to watch because I was just like, oh my God, like, I'm like, I got to know like what he thinks about this. Cause like the, you know, the change ups were nuts. And that was before we got all the new Ronnie stuff, you know, with what he's doing now. And that was just, that was such a fun time, dude. Like, cause it was just like, even the way that you did it, like without profanity, like you were holding back. Cause I don't know if that was like during the time, like YouTube was like, you know, doing its thing, but dude, it was so great, dude. You were so genuine and just in it. It was so amazing.
Oh, that song was like everything too.
Yeah,
it was like surprising. I know, like even with y'all, because I see y'all double back and y'all go like, you know, to the artist category. I mean, catalog and everything. But I had to double back through Fallen Verse catalog and doubling back through that catalog and then coming back to Pablo Monster was just like, what the fuck? Like, wait, what?
Yeah,
it's like, you know, like Running was like, they were like on that. I don't know. It was like that, almost like that rock pop sound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. And
then Fallen, they dropped Popular Monster. And I'm like, bro, what the freak is this? Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah. Man, it's because that's definitely been one of the bigger adventures. Because I know that for us, it was like you had no idea who Ronnie was, and then Zombify dropped, and that was like right at the beginning of like when we started doing stuff, and you were kind of like, who is this guy? And now it's become what it is. So yeah. It's pretty wild.
Well, I guess kind of starting with, you know, finding, you know, Popular Monster and stuff, I guess I'll ask the first question.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So I guess just to kind of dive in, man, what made you want to start doing music reactions?
I don't know really. Cause even if you go back to like my first video, like I came in not even knowing what the freak to react to. Like I didn't even know if I should just do like vlogs or like, you know, just regular content. But I think I did like a Nipsey Hussle where he slapped somebody in the face. That was like the second video I dropped, and then somebody had said in the comments like, do a reaction video to this. So I started doing reaction videos to that.
Okay.
And then that kind of like pulled in, I kind of like react to NF. That was like my first, like the first artist I reacted to, like,
okay,
as far as like, you know, as an independent artist. So when I reacted to NF, then the Tom crowd followed, and that's when stuff just started popping off and rolling.
I think that's it wasn't NF, but I'm pretty sure, because I was trying to talk to him about this. I'm pretty sure I found you through, it was either Tom or like Upchurch or something like that. I know it was one of them. And I just remember being like, dude, this is the guy to watch.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, dude.
and not for nothing, man. You know, Kyle and I have, you know, said the same thing. Like, you are somebody that we have watched for a long time. And when we were in, you know, down and, you know, having a bad time in life, like you literally were who we would binge. I would go out in the garage and smoke and be like, what did he react to today? Or what do I need to catch up on? You were like our escape, man. Yeah. And I can't thank you enough, honestly. Like, I wanted to get that kind of out of the way, but like I wanted to make sure I said that because honestly, you're one of the only few reaction channels that I started to watch and kept watching. Yeah. I love your stuff, man. Like, I'm kind of fangirling out a tad. I'm trying to reel it in a little bit. But yeah, so okay, I had to get that out of the way.
Well, I mean, if it's any, you know, indication, you know, which by the way, dude, the video that you did for us when you like surprised us and jumped into that live, dude, that like I don't remember exactly what was happening at that time, but like that was definitely, I know like you were dealing with some shit, so was I, and then it was kind of like, all right, it's just going to be a normal Friday live, you know, like we're just going to jump on here, you know, just, you know, have some apple juice, you know, do our time, and you just popped in, and it was kind of almost, I think it was like almost when we were done. I think we had like maybe like 20 minutes left or something. So we were kind of like riding it out how we normally do. And then out of nowhere, there you were. And it was just like, whoa, like, okay, who's using his account? Yeah. He would never jump in here. You know, it's just, it was that kind of thing.
So yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
I had just got done recording like actual reactions, like music reactions. And then I had saw like y'all popped up on my on the feed. I don't know how, because like I had never seen y'all before. So like that was crazy. I was like, wait, I react to a lot of music, but I never see reactors react to reactors.
Hell yeah.
So
That's great.
Like, I set the green screen back up, turned the lights back on and everything. I was like, I'm gonna pop up on them and see if they actually like know me. I'm like, and it was like, I don't know. It made the whole reaction and the whole situation. It made it great that y'all actually knew who I was.
Mm-hmm.
So it just made it that much better. So it was in a moment, and it came out a dub. So I appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Dude, it was kind of a euphoric experience because even when we got done, not to stay on the whole time, but like I think you called Meg and she was like, "Oh my God, that was crazy," and both of us were like, "How?" Like I hope to God that it wasn't like fangirling too much.
Yeah,
Because it was so out of left field. But dude, it was great, man. Like that was definitely a pick me up, and it's one of those that it's like. We've had the perspective, with doing reactions for as long as we have, that it's like, wow, like, people have this, misinterpretation of that. Oh, you have all these subscribers and everything, where it's like, oh, you must be this famous person. And it's like, no, dude, like we're just two regular dudes that happen to sit in front of a computer.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, like,
do you get that too? Like where people are like, oh my God, like,
yeah, but I get that now, bro. Like I can't even go to work and like somebody not know who I am. And
oh, wow.
Like, chill, bro. Like I'm not famous. I'm human, bro. Like
exactly.
Yeah,
just chill.
As
like,
I just got done fangirling over it. But no, I do get it though. Yeah,
yeah, that's really interesting. So I guess was one of your questions about like being noticed or whatever? Because I know you said that,
I was gonna ask like, do you get noticed a lot like when you're out?
Yeah. Yeah, in places I don't want to get noticed. So yeah.
Oh,
okay,
wow.
But it's not like a bad notice. It's like, hey, they come up and they be like, hey, you that dude from YouTube, and I'll be like, yeah. And it's kind of cool to know like there's people out here that like know you, but at the same time, it's like you got to be safe too.
You do,
for sure.
You do, absolutely, man. And that's I again like having to deal with that. Like we don't, but in the same time, like you are almost at 600,000 subscribers, that's huge, dude. And like, first of all, congratulations. And second of all, like that's a grind. That's a grind. And I wondered like how often it was, if it like you kind of couldn't leave your house or something, like if everybody's asking for selfies or whatever, but yeah.
No, like if it was a place where everybody was and I popped out, like, yeah, everybody knows. But like I went to a Tom concert or event, and people there, they knew me and they wanted to take pictures like that. That's cool. But like when you're by yourself and people know you, it's kind of like weird in a sense, but it's kind of cool.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to choose the right milk and go home. Like it's like that type of thing.
Yeah, no shit.
But man, I think especially one of the things that really stood out to me about you was your editing. Like the fact that like, cause you like the whole, like, the fire coming in and like the undeniable flame, like all those things, like it is like, I think that's really what, like, just like it helped me engage, like not only just with the fact that you were just, so intense as you reacted and it was genuine. Like there's some people that, they try to push the envelope and it's like, you're like, no, dude, you're doing this because you want to get views. And it's whereas it's like, no, like you're just having a great time no matter what you're listening to. But when you add those flames on top of everything, or like, the just like the borders around the video that you have, which I'm pretty sure is that Saber from Video Copilot.
I think I pulled that from YouTube.
Oh, really? Okay. No, because immediately when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I'm like, I have that effect. I'm like, that's crazy. So like, well, because I saw how it was like moving and stuff. And I'm like, even like his video preview is dynamic. So I'm very curious, like, as far as like your editing stuff, like just what do you use and like how do you put that all together?
I use for editing, I do Final Cut Pro.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I use Final Cut. I've been through so many of them, like Adobe Premiere and iMovie. Like you go down the list, like where I started from, but I stuck with Final Cut Pro, and Final Cut Pro, I think it's easy to like edit, and it's easy to like, if you got green screen, it's easy. They have everything listed in there, where it's just easy to do stuff. Okay. But when it comes down to like editing, I think it all starts with like the music. The music pulls like the entrance, and it just goes on from there. Where it's just like it has to be impactful. Like it has to be impactful. So
yeah.
I think I stick with that when it comes down to editing, like precision, precise, and being impactful.
How long does a video normally take you then? Like, say you have a 15-minute video, like how long would it take you to edit?
Forever. That's why I just like I'll be like dying when I have to like I love the quick reacts, bro. I love them because it's like it's easy to get those done. But when you got a detailed video, when you got to pause it a lot, I hate pausing, but you know we have to.
Right.
When you have detailed videos like that, speaking of falling in reverse, it takes a while to edit and just to get everything perfect. It's you're looking at like 3 to 4 hours to edit, and then you have to slap that thing into the converter, and then that's going to take another hour or two. So
and then upload, and then wait for if you got blocked or if you got this or that or if you
bro. They don't know how we got it. They don't
no. They think we just click record, upload, and get paid.
No, bro. We don't get nothing from this.
No.
It's just free content.
Yeah, and it's I mean, that's the thing, man, is that, you know, especially with the misconception that people have about it, because it's like, you know, like we've talked about, you know, like, you know, where it's like people are like, oh, it's like you must like, you know, have like Ferraris and all this stuff. And it's like, what do you think that we do? Like, it's like, what do you think happens in this house whenever we don't record?
I'm still living with my brother. I'm just shitting money.
Come on now. It's a dream though. It's the love.
Right.
Us having the love for music. That's why we do it. First of all, if you don't have it, then you're gonna run short on gas.
Yeah.
But and then secondly, it's just the passion that we have of just falling in love and being on camera, and then people falling in love with that is another thing. So I don't know. People.
That's the thing, is that this is truly because we enjoy the art. We enjoy making the content. It is not a quick or get rich quick scheme or anything like that. Like people, you know, like But as far as like, you know, we went through the being recognized, but going through, because you said like, you know, falling in reverse and things that you've been listening to and like your journeys, what artists did you become a fan of because of the channel? Like what, or some or whatever, like that you never would have thought you would be like, oh, this is good.
Bro, all of them, like, like all of them, like, it's crazy. There's so many of them. Like, Falling in Reverse, you got NF, you got things like people that I ain't never heard these people before. Like, coming from my background, like I was listening to like, you know, Young Jock, like Snowman, Young Jeezy, like stuff like that. Like, I ain't never heard of these people before. So like to be an open book when it comes to these reactions, like Falling in Reverse, NF, Tom, all of these groups, even the people, the indie bands that, you know, pay for reactions and I react to them, they just blow me out the water sometimes. So it's like I become a fan of them, and I'm like, how are you not a fan of these people?
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah.
Like it's almost like that. But
yeah, because we've run into people too. Like, you know, one of mine's been like Slaughter to Prevail. Like I never thought I would get into that type of music, and I've got 2 masks. I listen to all that on repeat. Like,
oh, my girl still like. I'm sorry, my fiance. She's still to this day like, how do you listen to this music?
Oh my God,
it's fucking hype, bro.
No, you don't hear the drums. You don't hear this.
Yeah. That's talent. That's art. Yeah,
right. And it's because I mean that's what's really awesome about YouTube, is that like you get to really see like, you know, just like how genres are able to affect people. You know, because it's like, especially like when, like I know that being able to watch people react to Slaughter to Prevail or Lorna Shore for the first time, where it's like, you know, it's usually completely out of their comfort zone. And, you know, because I know that, you know, a lot of the rap that you've shown me is that I've had to, you know, attack it from the angle of like, you know, I am a metalhead, but like I need to pay attention to like what they're saying and stuff. And, you know, like same thing with you with metal and them screaming. Like it's, you know, it's a different way that you process that art and take it in. But it's like, I think that even if you don't get lyrics, you get the sound. And that's what like helps you stick around to like discover more of that. You know,
it's like a different language. Like we've talked, like you almost need like a different ear, because I catch things more in rap than he does, you know, and he's had to learn in the fact of like rap it's all lyric based. Like it's bars. Like we don't want junk. Like rock and stuff, like you can do more of like a vibe and like the sound, but so it was kind of like we're both learning. So it is kind of interesting. So is that something that you've had to deal with as far as like how to listen to like other music? Because I do.
Yeah. It was basically, I mean, everything from the start to now from reacting, I've that's how I learned. So just the constant reactions I've learned how to listen to it. Even reading the comments, people like coaching you, like, bro, those are diaphragms, those are riffs, like even stuff like that.
Sure.
That's how I've been learning like what this music is. Like
Mm-hmm.
coming from me, I wouldn't be able to tell you what a riff is or what a breakdown is. Like I
Right.
wouldn't tell you where those things are if I didn't learn it over these years. So that's how I learned.
I see. I've got Kyle.
Right.
So it's like, and that's another thing too, is you're solo.
Yeah.
We have somebody to bounce off of and that other genre. So it's like, you're doing double the work.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cause I mean, especially like you're able to keep people's attention and
Yeah.
have an audience with, just being on your own. Cause like we've kind of always like played the what if game of like, oh, what if only one of us did it? Like, would it be as successful? And it's like, I don't know. Like, I mean, you don't know for sure, but it's just kind of like, I know that it's like, that's just how we work. So it's interesting to see, like people that are flying solo doing reactions because it's like, no, dude, they're extra special because it's like, dude, they're able to carry that weight and to be able to make that happen. It's really impressive, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I think it just comes with the what I'm trying to say. I think it comes with the space you create within, not only within yourself, but within the walls that you're sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's like what you create in that space is what's going to drive that. So, I don't know. That's how I do it. Like, in my space has to be, we got to be lit.
Dude, yeah, seriously.
It has to be, we got to be clean. It got to be, it just have to be fluid and the energy and the levels just have to be on point.
Yeah.
So is that something, because we do the same thing where like even on bad days or whatever, like when you come into like the studio or like sit down, like it kind of changes your mood and like how your day's gone or like what you're about to do or like, something you're going to react to. Like, is that the same for you as well? Like it's work time, but also fun time.
Yeah. With certain songs, it'll pull. Cause on certain days I would just be like, if I'm like not feeling it, like and if there's nothing to react to, like I won't react. Like I just can't do it. But if there's something that's gonna pull that energy, and I'm having a bad day, and there's something out there that pull that energy, it'll flip the whole day around.
Yeah.
Just sitting here because I don't know, there's something in these songs and in these videos that's just like it connects with you, and the sort of sense like once you put that video out, it connects with them. So that connection is just like it'll change the day.
Yeah. And that's crazy because it's almost like whatever you're dealing with or what you've been going through, I swear, like every time we'd listen to a fucking NF song, I'm like, how does he know? Like, so like I get what you mean where it's like it can definitely change the day. So that's cool to hear like, another reactor, talk about that and the fact of like it can be work. And days you don't want to come in here and do this. Like we have them all the time. And it's like, this is, I talk about it all the time, guys, this, but it's like, days today, I take my daughter home. I hate Wednesdays. And this is the days we do the podcast, but I have to sit down and work. And it goes away because I'm occupied, but it's like, you don't always want to. So we feel that, man.
Yeah. Because there's been even like some weekends where like, because the way that we've done like our recordings, which I'm actually really curious on like how your process is on like how you schedule time and everything. Because like what we did was that like you had your set schedule of like, when you do have your daughter. And then it was also the idea of like, okay, like I work a full-time job. And then it was like we have evenings free, weekends, every other weekend when things happen. Yeah. So but point of making is that, there are some Thursdays that we shoot 7 in one day. And it's like, okay, like, the entire week is taken care of. There's an upload a day. We're good to go. And there's other times that we shoot 4 on a Thursday and then either Saturday or Sunday, we'll shoot the rest.
Yeah.
And there have been some Saturdays that we will sit down and we're just kind of like we will kind of like maybe set up lights or something. But then I think that we only sat down one time and it was just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it either. All right, no, let's play Call of Duty. Like it was like we were not in the right headspace, and it's like, because I think that's a lot of people assume that, people record one video a day or that they record multiple or whatever, but everybody's process is different. So, but I'm very curious, like how do you go about like getting videos out or having enough content? Like what's your process on that?
Bro, if like, I don't know, like if somebody like I feel like people would be burnt out 2 years in if they had the process I've been doing over the past 7 years.
Ooh, okay.
Like there's been times where I'm just like I'm pushing myself past the limits, but I'm trying to get people, I'm trying to give people what they want. I'm just trying to push content. So there's been times where I do like 20 reactions in one day, and then turn around and edit 20 videos, and then the next day we're putting out those 20 videos in a marathon. So like those there have been times where I'm just like, even to this day, I record, say like every day I record like 10 to 15 videos. Okay, that's every day. And then I edit those videos every night. Then I have to, because I can't upload here, and I think that's where everybody as a content creator has a big up on me, because I have to travel to go upload. So I have to go to McDonald's and sit there, and it takes like 2-3 hours to upload one damn video.
Damn, dude. Wow. Yeah.
So like that's the situation I've been living in for like a whole year. So that's why it's been real inconsistent. But I've been striving myself on like putting out 2 to 3 videos a day. And when y'all say like you post 1 video a day, and when I hear that, I'd be like, damn, I wish. Why I don't do this? I don't post 1 video a day, bro. Like, why I have to post like 2 to 3 videos? Like, I don't understand why I have to do that. But it's just been in me to like, I don't know, deliver not only like content, but I think it's different content that I'm trying to put out each day.
Sure.
Instead of maybe a metal song, and it's always hip hop metal, or I gotta drop a country song, or hip hop metal, or I gotta drop a a slow song or something like that. I just try to be diverse with it. But
Yeah,
that's why I said I think people will try to like, they'll be burnt out after 2 years if they try to do what I do.
That just made me exhausted hearing that. I'm not kidding. Like no wonder, like you said, like I have some off days. No shit.
You're right.
No shit, man.
Well, I mean, especially to you, man, like that just shows your drive. Like the fact that it's like, I mean, because I know that the slightest inconvenience that is, whether or not it is serious or if it is minor, will completely throw a wrench in my entire month. Where it's like, it's one of those where like it affects my mood. Like I mean, not so much recently because I've been kind of in a good place, but in the same hand is that I know that it's still like, I still have that part of me. Yeah. Where it's like, a camera doesn't work, or like your frames are dropping, or like that now it's like, oh, now audio is fucking up, or like all that stuff.
Or
like
you don't have a AAA battery. Oh my God.
Oh, God.
That sounds personal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was oddly specific. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Man, you need a AAA battery for the freaking Rode mic, and if it dies on you, you don't have a battery around. You can't create no content. You can't record nothing. No audio.
Wow. Yeah.
That is true. Big handicap.
Yeah, right. This makes me want to send you 1,000 just AA batteries, and just like, or I send you the wrong, like I send you a AAA, or it's like, here you go, lifetime supply. It's
what am I supposed to do with this, Kyle?
The fuck am I going to do with all these batteries? It's
the keyboards or the dang on batteries.
Yeah,
donate them,
bro. Like just in the fact of like hearing all that, like when do you sleep?
Probably never.
Never.
Probably never. I mean, even my dad to this day, my girl, she like thrives me on like getting sleep, and then my dad steps in, and now he's telling me to get sleep. So now like it's a problem. So I don't know, man. It's like you want to put out for the people, but at the same time you got people that you got to spend time with, and then at the same time you want to have some fun too. So it's like, right, there's not enough time in the day.
Nope.
Yeah, that's been a very interesting kind of dance that we've done, because I know that, I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong on time, but I think that there was at least a year straight where like we just didn't leave the house. Yeah, right? Where because like we just didn't do anything, because it was
grind time.
Because I mean, because it was one of those that like by the time that we were done or we were getting things figured out, because I mean it's not just the recording of it, it's also like discussing the channel and like trying to figure out like where we want to take it or what we want to do, and that's like what we called kitchen talk. And there would be times that like we would get done with a reaction, it's 8 or 9, and then we'll talk till 1 or 2 in the morning, and then wake up. At that point, you were still working, so it's like we'd go to work and then come home, and like so it was just like that whole deal. But in the same hand, like it was this weird experience I had where I went to a fire at a friend's place, and it had been so long since I had left the house that I was like, oh my God, like I'm kind of socially awkward a little bit here. Like I don't know what to do, but I mean, eventually, like, I found a groove with it, but
you got to find that time.
It was nice to have that. And I've that's one of the things that, we've been slowly trying to like improve on, is like the idea of like, no, like, like play a video game, sure, do your thing, but it's also like, no, like, kind of like take a walk, do your deal, and that's been a just an interesting kind of discovery, because for a while I got very comfortable and I was just kind of like, oh no, like the four walls are good, and it was kind of like, man, I need to like go get some sun for a second. Like it's just like I haven't like been in the sunlight at all,
But it would like that would be like, if okay, tell me this. If this were to pay us, if this was to pay like reactors, would this not be your life? Like, would this not be like something you would enjoy doing?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's in the fact of like, we were talking earlier about the fact of like, people get this misconception. We upload copyrighted material. So the fact of like, if you got paid like vlog channels and stuff like per click like that on every video, we'd be having a very different conversation on an island somewhere.
Right. Yeah. We would have flown you out in a private jet. You would have had Mai Tais while you were walking down, all that stuff.
Yeah. But it's
even
like
more content.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so like, you're right. Like it's the fact of like, it's that misconception, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Sucks, man.
It does.
Well, and I think that it's also, dude, like, even with that is that, like we've tried to branch out to do different stuff. And like, I guess it's kind of like the mentality of like, no matter what, you do or we do, is that we're going to make content. Like, like at the end of the day, like we're going to make videos. It's going to get uploaded. And I think that it's also like trying to process how like YouTube is changing as well too. And I'm actually very curious, like, as far as copyright is concerned, you've been on this platform much longer than we have. And like how much has copyright battles like changed? Like, I mean, was it kind of like easy, but almost like an annoyance at first? And now it's like turned into like the whole algorithm thing. Like, I mean, like how has that evolved over time?
It's like they shut the door on everything. Cause starting out reacting, say like we had the NF, where at one point NF was in the independent, where it was just, he was just putting out his music, and maybe he had like this third party distribution where maybe they copyrighted, but he had their team had to say so whether, you can monetize it or anything. And even Tom, all the indie artists, they had these copyrights. The big mainstream, like it was still how it is today.
Okay.
But over the years, like that door has like slammed. Now videos are just getting blocked from mainstream. They used to not get blocked. You could just still put them out, but you couldn't monetize them. Indie artists, they're getting straight copyright now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Right.
Because I've been riding with these people for like 7 years, and it's like, wow, now you get nothing.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Now you get nothing.
We've talked about that when we'll say we got a cop. We're like, what?
Right.
And we're like, no. Or people will be like, stop putting a watermark. Ronnie doesn't care. We're like, it's not Ronnie. It's not. It's YouTube and this and that. Like they don't follow their own rules.
And at one point, I thought like I got conflicted because I went back and I checked like one of the indie artists. And we got in this dispute where we were like arguing on the phone, where it's just like, dude, you thinking it's me? It's not me, and I'm thinking it's him that's copywriting it. You know? But it's a third party. Like I'm like, bro, how you have no control over this when you're the independent artist?
You're right.
You wrote the song. You were in the studio. Like, yeah.
But they have to go through a loop where they have to get it whitelisted, and bro, like it's changed dramatically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what we were wondering, like, how it was before, like, Adpocalypse and like all this stuff, and like, over the years of reactions and stuff. Yeah. Like, because we've noticed certain things. So it's like, what has he noticed?
Yeah, because I mean, again, it's like the idea of like, the time that we've been doing it. I think I don't know if we're on 3 years yet, but it's like we've been doing this for like 2.5, and it's like we've already we've seen those changes. And I kind of had to warn Eric when we first started, because so I've been on YouTube for a while, but like I also did so many sporadic things where it's like, oh, I'm going to do scary stories. And then that turned into like, I'm going to add vlogs too. And then it was kind of like a mess. So it's like, I've been on it since I was like 15, but like never found a groove. And it was just this mentality of like, look, dude, YouTube changes its terms of service like every 30 days. And there's always something new to like look out for, like when COPPA was a thing and like all that stuff. And like kind of one of that thing where it was kind of like, yeah, I guess this is just the bullshit we deal with, and we still upload videos and music. So I'm not going to Rumble, so.
Did y'all see the new policy where they were like, if you were to put out a video and you were monetizing that video, and then that video gets copyright, you're now they make you pay that money back out of your pocket.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not see that.
No, it's I mean, honestly,
one of the new policies.
I mean, that's unfortunately, it's one of those. I wish I could say I was shocked, but I mean, that's just I don't know. It's shocking to me that it's like they get away with what they do, and it's ironic that it's like even talking about it, where it's like, well, this will be on the platform, talking about it, but in the same hand is that I think it's refreshing, because a lot of people, again, they have this major misconception about everything, and it's like, guys, like it's like if you even knew what it took to emotionally just get this video done. And now the technical side of it is a whole nother, battle. And it's like, it's having to disassociate those two things of like, this is the, battle to get the video done. And now this is the video, or the battle to keep the video alive. And to like keep it going. And it's just, I mean, especially dude, like with how you grind and what you do, man, like you have such a just, just like blue fire like just in you that's like, no, dude, like this is the hottest flame, and it's not stop. I'm ironic too lit, but it's like the whole idea where it's like, just like seriously, dude, like you press on, and like you just refuse to give up, and it's really wild, man. That's awesome.
Well, I will say, I did say this was, I would say like a week. I said a week I was going to stop doing music reaction videos, because like I've been doing it for 7 years. And at some point with this platform that like, and the fan base, I don't like calling them fans, but like my fan base. That we built up, like, bro, it ain't just a foot in the door. Like, yo, this is cement here. Like, put some respect on it. Like we've helped get artists, bands, and everybody else around the world places that they probably wouldn't have gotten, streams that they probably wouldn't have got from people in different, diversities.
Yeah.
That they probably would never heard of. And we do that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like, I'm not finna be a guinea pig for these labels. Like if they don't approach us in emails or something like that, I can't do it.
Well, and like burnout is real, man. Like we were talking the fact of like, not even just legit money payout, but the payout being like you're saying, like all that effort, and then like you're saying getting blocked, and then it's the artist. No, it's not. It's this person. And how do you not have right? It's the whole thing. Like all the video that you put out. Like there's no way that burnout isn't a thing for 7 years, man. Like so I get it,
bro. It's energy, like energy isn't forever, like but the passion for music is forever. The love for music is forever. Like,
exactly.
But doing it on camera, that's not forever. I can't do that forever.
So that's the thing, is that Kyle and I have talked, and the fact that we kind of almost wish we weren't music reactors. We are so handicapped on now our listening capabilities, and people want to show us or watching reaction channels now like we used to, because we can't, in fear of doing something in the future or whatever it might be. It's like, we've even talked about movies, and Kyle was like, nah, man, I can't cut another thing out of my life that is now expected out of me. Like I want something for myself.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like, do you feel the same way like that, where like you felt like handicapped on music?
Yeah, I mean, it gets to a certain point, like, bro, my life has, for the last 7 years, been nothing but reactions.
Yeah.
I cut through. Like, my wife will come in here and tell you, I cut music completely, bro. That's why I was like, Cal, you do music? Like, I was surprised. It's like, because like for the last 7 years, I cut music completely out of my life because that's what I've always done. It's always been music. So to give people 7 years of reactions and not do my own music,
Yeah,
man.
It's like it's a love thing, but at the same time, I'm taking my love that I have for music away just to listen and give love to somebody else's music.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Because I mean, I have that thing where even when people are home, like I like to put headphones on, and I might cycle through the same 14 songs for a few weeks, but then things get replaced. But like, I can't branch out very much. Like, I want to listen to the new Moneybagg Yo. Don't know if we're gonna do it. I want to listen to Mexican OT, but I want to wait till we can do so. Like, I can't. Like, I'm stuck in all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on Big X the Plug now. Like, too late, dude. I'm just gonna have to show you shit now if I want. Like,
well, it's honestly, it's kind of gotten to a point, like, because even like we did it on Patreon the other day, where we actually went through the YouTube studio and looked at, okay, like these are the videos or these are the bands that just have not performed. And they've just compared to like, the idea of like, okay, well, if you have these many subscribers, you should be getting at least somewhat of a percentage every time. So it's like when, if there's 0.5% of our audience that's not watching something where it's like, okay, like this clearly is not what our audience wants. Let's move on, and
how do y'all deal with that? Because like bro was saying, he reacts to rap music. You react to rap music on a separate channel, or you react to it on the Riker Road channel?
No,
all Riker Road.
It's all Riker Road, but the thing is like rap is. I think what happened is, and I get it to a point. Rap isn't catching like I want, because first of all, he's the metalhead. That was the whole point. We were supposed to have this dynamic.
Yeah.
People got so used to the rap guy freaking out over metal and deathcore and stuff that I think it just became this lane.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that's good, but like I'm trying to come over here. Like, we did DMX, we've done Lil Wayne for him, we've done like nothing stuck.
And the one that pissed me off the most was when we did Busta Rhymes, and it was like, because like looking at the, like, I mean, sometimes you can get analytical with it, but I think there's also times that you need to, because like I'm a big percentage guy. I like to like make Excel spreadsheets in my mind and be like, oh, this is what's like working, what isn't. Was that music video got 4 billion views? Billion. And it was like, okay, there's a big audience here. Cool. Like, this is hot right now.
We caught it 2 days late.
And literally, it's like, it was astronomically low of like the audience. So it was kind of like, okay, so like, does this mean that audience doesn't have a lot of reactor, like, culture, like, or reaction culture, where it's like they just don't watch reactions. They only like the music, or is it, not the audience? Like, there's so much to try to figure out. And it's like,
we've done Pop Smoke with the baby, and like we've done all kinds of shit.
That's what blows my mind, because no offense, and like, y'all my brothers, y'all know that. That's what blows that mind. I'm black. I'm reacting to.
Go on. I'm just waiting for the outcome.
I want to know where this is going.
I'm just saying, like, no, I'm black. I'm reacting to, my culture, and I would feel like, with me having my, I feel like it will pull the views, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get like 300 to 400 views.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yes, dude. It's and the thing is too, is that like when we've seen that, where it's like not even just on your channel, but also just like reactors that are bigger than us, where it's like we've looked at our low tier numbers and stuff that we get on views, and it's like, oh my god, this is affecting everybody right now. Where it's like,
because I think it's like where YouTube puts, maybe YouTube puts reactors, like if you're reacting to a certain genre and your fan base is thriving on that genre, that I think they put you in that category of that genre. Sorry. And then they thrive those views. They deliver you those views from. Man, there's so many things that I'm thinking about.
I really want to know how the algorithm fucking works.
That's what I'm saying. There is so many sides to it.
Yeah.
that's how I really be thinking about it. Like I'd be playing chess with YouTube at times.
Yeah. For sure. And
Yeah.
again, like we were talking earlier, you know, in the fact of you are doing this all by yourself.
Yeah.
I have Kyle to help look at things, run things, look at analytics and percentages. So like, again, like this is, we do have a little bit of a one up, I feel like, on things like that compared to people that do it solo, because it's a lot, because you're trying, like you're saying, you're trying to look at every angle and figure it out.
Yeah.
It's got to be like your brain just goes numb.
That's exactly what I'm like, bro. I'm like, I gotta get out of this because this is gonna be crazy. It's just a battle, bro. Like I'm tired of battling.
Yeah, and I think that's where we are starting to get at ourselves, and like seeing what you're talking about. And again, not to go back to the rap thing, but it's like, dude, I am not taking no for an answer. Like I am putting stuff in. Like what I was like, oh, it's because I'm showing him old stuff. Of course, nobody wants to hear the thong song, or they don't want to hear Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, but then when we did the, you know, the exhibit, or I mean the Busta Rhymes and stuff, and I'm like, bro, what? It's T-Pain.
Yeah, and that song was amazing. It was awesome. Like that's like, because that's one of the things that I've really enjoyed, is that like I went from, you know, exclusively listening to like Slipknot, Stone Sour, and Breaking Benjamin until it's like, no, dude, like now like NF is consistently on my playlist, you know, and you know, like having Busta Rhymes and, you know, even like some D12 stuff that I forgot about from when I was younger, where it's like, oh my God, like this genre is incredible. Like I've been so laser focused on, you know, breakdowns and everything, where it's like, no, there's a whole different palette here.
See,
and
that's how I was with rap.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to metal. Like I was on I liked underground rap and all that stuff, and Twista and, you know, all this shit. Like I never paid attention, and the show has, you know, brought that to attention, where I'm like, bro, I was missing so much. Yeah. And, you know, because we love music, like you were saying, like that's why we do this. And it has been an eye opener.
Yeah, definitely, man.
So I said, if you don't got the passion for music, you're gonna run out of gas. But even if you do, like, even if you like me and you have the passion for music, and then you build on something, you build something, you want it to stand for something at the same time as having that passion for something.
Exactly. You know, we've also talked about the fact of, like, you know, Kyle doesn't have children, but, you know, I have children and stuff like that, where in the fact, like, I've left in, you know, like little like thumbprint in the world, you know, on the internet, that my kids can see, or, you know, family members. When I'm not here, like, not to be morbid, but like you can go back and look, like it's forever. Yeah. You know, and you know, like you said, we were sharing that passion for music. You know, my little girl loves all kinds of stuff now because of that. And we share that because of the channel. Yeah.
Yeah. There's certain songs, like there's certain like rock or certain metal songs that my girl like digs, but it's because of this. It's because like I've reacted to it. And that's crazy, because it's like, dang, because if hip hop heads can like dig this, then we doing something right here.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And that's where I think of it too.
Man, bridging the gap. Like we're bridging the gap. Like people don't know certain things because they're stuck in certain dimensions, or there's certain I said dimensions when they really are dimensions, but they're stuck in certain genres and they can't get out because they don't know.
Exactly. And I think that's where Kyle and I were in that as well. And it's just the fact that, and that's where I'm so frustrated in the fact that Kyle wants to listen to rap and find something new and do all this. And it's like, it's like I'm determined, because it's so good in the fact that he's gotten into certain things. I'm like, okay, he likes it. I knew he was gonna like it. Like, and I know the sounds that he likes now. So let's go hone into this. And it's just, it's not, you know. And I'm trying to figure it out. So like, it sucks. Like I said, like you were saying, they like the hip hop head freaking out over this metal and deathcore, and that's great.
Yeah,
but there's more.
Yeah, like there's a lot more. There's a lot more. But when you can't go, when you're a reactor trying to give more or trying to be diverse, you get blocked, or there's something else. So it's like,
yeah, man.
Damn, I gotta stay in this same lane. I gotta do metal reactions forever. Now I can't go back to hip hop reactions because they're not delivering the views. I can't go do another genre because like I don't understand the lingo, but they're delivering views. Like it's like, damn, like it's a chess game.
Yeah, man.
It is, because like even at that, and this is, hope this doesn't come out wrong, you know, like Blackpink and K-pop, a lot of it, hell, even sometimes Alex Terrible with Slaughter to Prevail, like I'm a lyrics guy, and when they're not speaking English, it's like, man, I'm like, damn it, you know, like I can't understand what they're saying, like, and it's like, it doesn't bother me, but you can't connect in the same way, I feel like, you know, unless you have lyrics pulled up, which we try to do, but not everything always has that, you know? So it's like, there is like a handicap, and you're like, damn it, like, I don't know what to do right now.
Well, I say when you get in those times, like when you don't, like, I say certain metal videos that I've listened to where I can't hear anything, where I can't understand what they're saying or pronounce. I can't understand nothing. It's like their vocals just, I don't know. It like puts me in a different place.
It does.
It's almost like an opera-ish type of feeling where it's like those vocals just get lower and lower, or they get higher and higher, and the song is just like, it takes away from, you know, us listening into lyrics all day, but it put us in a whole nother realm where it's like, damn, those vocals are crazy.
Exactly. And I think that's where Kyle has explained that, you know, people have said like, all right, Eric, you're not going to be able to really understand or whatever, but you're here for a vibe. And I think like what you're saying, like those operatics or those lows, and you're just like, melt my fucking face off, you know, or like, I didn't know Ronnie could do that.
If I can still smile by the end of this, you did not do your job.
So like I've had to learn that too, but like I get that, where you're like you're kind of just there for now the sounds of what's going on. You do have to kind of flip it.
I never want people to think like I know exactly what they're saying, because I don't. I don't. It's just the feeling. It's just the energy that they're pulling in that video, and then the song itself. It's just, it's almost like dragging you, like it's pulling you in the whole freaking dimension, bro.
Right. It is, and I think that's where, like, you know, learning that whole like, oh, I'm here for lyrics and I'm not getting lyrics, but you can still enjoy it in a different way, shows how you can, like, how art and music is made, because that's hard to do. Like, because I look at that as like, well, you're just not good at writing. No, that's not what that means. That's not what that means. So yeah, I've had to flip my brain around like that, but yeah.
Kind of make you look at mumble rap different too.
I found out that this guy likes mumble rap. Had no idea. Like, how the fuck are we brothers?
Guilty as charged. Because we did Lil Durk's. It was with in Morgan Wall, and it was Broadway Girls, and it was like, that was just, dude, the vibe of that was amazing. I'm like, if this is what mumble rap is, I kind of don't want to be right. I'm like, I'm good with it. You know, it's like it's that.
Yeah, it's border. I don't know, like
teetering on the edge.
Kind of. Mumble rap is a little different. But
it's the certain type of mumble rap. Like you got certain types of mumble raps
that you do, but like I think that also, like, I don't know if maybe this is you feel the same way, like not always having to break down bars or listening to something all the time and like that, like just for a vibe. It's a break. It's almost like a break. You can just kind of, you're just like, cool, dude, let's just chill.
Hey, nobody hate a bop. Like we don't hate bops. We don't want to be in a dictionary 24/7, or like we don't want to be we don't want to be crying because you know our life, or you're telling or you preaching us our life in our ears. Like,
bro, I had to look up, speaking of dictionary, I had to look up what Crody was from Kendrick Lamar's. I was like, what the fuck is it?
Well, now I gotta look it up. So
go right ahead. I'm not telling you. If I had to look it up, you gotta look it up.
Is it worth looking up now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How do I spell it?
Starts with a C.
That's what I'm saying.
But when he hasn't heard the diss, but when you hear what he's saying with it, it's
all right. I'm lost on vowels. What's next? So
CRODY.
CRODY. Crody meaning.
Are you really doing this right now? A friend or a buddy, but he's like speaking it to him like
non-gang affiliated individuals through. Okay, got you. All right, yes.
He's being very like sarcastic when he's saying it though.
Yeah.
So like, because I was like, what the fuck is this?
She was just that was the most disrespectful diss that we've gotten since Tupac.
Bro, that shit's on repeat all the time.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Euphoria is a repeater, dude.
I mean, not the most disrespectful, but I'll say like that whole thing was almost equivalent to Tupac and Biggie back in the day.
I've said this before, and I'm careful how I say this. It was better than Eminem and MGK.
Yeah.
Kendrick unalived him for 6 straight minutes. Hard. Switched some
There
beats
was no
up.
comeback.
There was no comeback.
That's what killed me. Like there was no comeback after that.
The whole time you're just going.
Right.
I was so conflicted. That's why it hurt because like that song, Not Like Us, the last one, I didn't do a reaction to it because that's when the tornadoes had came through.
Okay.
And I was kind of torn because like I wanted to drop that reaction. But after sitting 2 weeks without being in the house, I kind of like heard the song and I'm like, damn.
Yeah. That's actually what happened to me because I debated on whether going through and I just started Twitch and I had a few drinks. And somebody was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, fuck it. And I was like, the whole time I'm going. And the whole, A minor chord, like when we were hearing it the other day. I was like, we're rewinding that. So they got a live reaction.
Yeah, no, that was lit.
But it was just one of those where it was like the same thing like with him where it's like it was kind of inadvertently and I was like, well, fuck it, we're here. So here we are.
So actually switching gears real quick, I am actually kind of curious about something. So when you hopped on the live and the one thing that was on my mind was the gasoline reaction where your headphones flew off of your head because you were just so into that shit. It was so much fun to see. I've got to know. And maybe there's no answer, but this is something that I am very curious about. How many pairs of headphones have you destroyed from just getting into it or whatever? Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing, but it's something that came to my mind. 12.
Bro, no, bro. Like, that's the thing. I don't try to, but I spend a lot of money on these freaking
I know, right?
That's the thing. Like, I don't try to do this crap, but it's like, damn, because I get caught up in the moment and they go flying, so it's like I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, right.
Like the beats were like $300 headphones.
Yeah,
right.
dude.
And I was reacting to CJ. It was CJ's Immortal Disfigurement King. I was reacting to that song. I just bought those damn beats.
Oh,
$300
no.
damn dollars, bro. And I was so pissed off. I done went through like four good pair of headphones,
bro. That was the other thing too. I was like, this motherfucker's just got disposable headphones. Like he just switched, and then the one day I was like, he's got the hot penguins. I'm like, them are fire. I'm like, when did he get those?
My home. One of my dudes that I used to work with, Scott bought me those. And that's the dude that I teamed up. I hate that I killed that relationship, but it is what it is. We learn from stuff in the past.
Sure.
But like he bought me those headphones, and those headphones are legendary.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the pink headphones back, and I'm like, damn, like I didn't even want to wear pink, and he bought pink. It stuck. So
It stuck. It was your thing, man. Like that was the thing. But,
well, because I think it's even like the ridiculous things like, that, you've put on the show, whether it's like the cups or like anything else where it's like
shirts.
Yeah. So it's like, there's kind of like that element of that, you have the person that's doing it, but then the things that are surrounding them are ridiculous, where it's like, it's completely out of this world. Like whether it is the pink headphones or if it's, the fire coming in or like, the, like even like your logo is just sick as hell. Like that little like teddy bear thing that just, dude, like every time I see that, it's just so fucking cool.
I had a dude draw, Tommy drew that bear for me, and Scott said it wasn't gonna work. The 2LM thing wasn't gonna work, but I like, me being ignorant, I did it anyways, and it came out fire. And I was like, wait, what the hell? And we switched the bears, so we can switch the bears and everything. So like that whole concept was just like,
you had a vision. Yeah, you had a vision. You knew it was gonna fucking work. Like, trust me, I got this. Hold on, hold my apple juice. Like,
sometimes when you got those creative juices, you just gotta let them flow, bro. And you can't let people tell you no, even though it hurt their feelings. Like you just gotta trust that person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, that's the thing that, I've kind of taken like the, whole Naughty Dog approach, which is, look, I don't have time to be nice. I don't have time to, mess around with something that, I don't believe in or whatever. So like a lot of the stuff that we've, come up with, like, I mean, there's been, some times where it's like, oh, it's very quick, like, how the channel was named, where it's like, oh, we need a name. It's Riker. Okay, Riker, Road, Riker Road. That flows off the tongue. All right, that's it. Cool. Like, and it was like decided like that. But in the same hand, like when we've either like thought about merch or we've thought about show ideas or anything like that, where it's like we've had to chew on stuff for a while, and it's kind of like, no, like what's still present, after all these conversations? Like what's one thing that you just can't let go of, and you're like, nah, dude, this is just good. It's just sometimes like when you find it,
exactly.
That's crazy how y'all came up with y'all name. I don't remember. I know I was sitting down with myself asking me, like, how the freak do you come up with a damn YouTube name? And in the day, everybody was saying lit. Everybody was saying, oh, like, that's lit or it's lit. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, they're going to keep saying this forever. So, like, if it's lit, it can't be lit without it being too lit. So it's got to be too lit.
Hell yes.
Right. Did the Mafia come later?
The Mafia was the family. So like I always love like, the Godfather movies or like Mafia movies in general. So it's like just having like that fan base. I wanted those people to be considered family instead of fans.
Okay.
So that's why I said Mafia, and I always say shout out to the Mafia because it's a family.
Right. Okay. So that's what I was wondering. Like, did it come later? Was it all at once or whatever? But yeah. Okay. All right. Because I was wondering, I was like, hey, how the fuck did he come up with this name?
Well, because it's those rudimentary things that people don't think about. Is that they see your channel, they see ours, they see D Gibby, they see these other people out there,
and that's just the name.
It's like this is what they've always been. All right, proceed. Moving on. Where it's like no, like that was probably either a 2-second conversation or a 2-week ordeal to even make that happen.
All I said was my daughter's middle name is Riker, and I was like, well, I wanted to kind of have something to do with like one of my kids or something. I was like, Chandler just doesn't sound. I was like, what about Riker? And it was like the second thing out of his mouth. So it's like, it just was born. Yeah. And then, but it's like, with Too Lit Mafia, that sounds like you're like, all right, let's get pen and paper out. Let's sit down and write it down. No, that's garbage. Like,
no, like, I just wanted something to be like, I wanted something that, that wouldn't fade over time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted it to be universal. I wanted it to be timeless.
Like not a specific thing or something like that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it is also in the same thing. Like now we do have our banners up, but it's also the same thing of, like even Kyle changing his podcast name. Like you don't always just want your name. Like I know D Gibby has his name, so like in a sense, but like, or Stevie Knight and stuff, but it's like, it doesn't always sound right. It is scary, but it also just doesn't sound right all the time either. So it was just one of those, like, that's why he changed it from the Kyle Wright 425 podcast to just, the Cave Cast. But
because that was basically what Google gave me. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary, but at the same time, you want to protect yourself.
You do.
And at the same time, you want to create an entity. Well, no, I want to say entity, but you want to create something that people want to feel a part of. So like, I would say like at that point, I just felt like it was weird for me to be called something, my government.
Well, right. Yeah, right. No, that was the thing where it's just like the fact of we still try to keep some privacy, but we do have our first names out there. But it's the fact of you don't, like you said, Riker Road, Too Lit Mafia, like that's just the channel. Like you don't think about it anymore. You don't really care about what your name is or whatever. But it's just like you do build that like little empire with that name attached to it. And it's kind of cool. Yeah. Because it is almost like a secret identity. Right. We're in a club.
Kyle's my stage name. My real name is Alfonso. So it's that type of thing. Yeah.
Your name's Lyle?
Yeah, Lyle. Yeah. The K was easier to say. So oh my God. So as far as your questions, man, what else you got left?
I have one last one, and it was just
same. So
at the like right now, and I don't want to say I hate, but when people are like, "What's your favorite of all time?" I'm like, dude, I don't know because it's a lot. I have things right now. Who's your favorite rapper right now?
Kendrick Lamar always been my favorite rapper.
It's like even still to this day, like right now. Okay. All right.
To this day.
Fair enough. All right. Next question.
Like, but a lot of people were like, I don't think a lot of people, since I've been reacting, the fan base we create, like, I don't think a lot of people will like that because they would want me to say, you know, NF or Tom or somebody like that.
No, be real.
Those are real. Those are really good artists.
Yeah.
And NF, I would say NF is like my second, like my all-time second best hip hop artist that I got. Other than Tech.
Oh God, yeah.
See, that's who I'm gonna take you through next.
Yeah.
I think is if that doesn't stick, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Right.
But
those two are like they're tied for like two or second.
okay.
But, like I don't want to say like none of these artists are good. They're just not like those people are like.
Yeah. Now, people have asked me this before in the fact of like, you know, Eminem or NF, and I've argued certain things. So NF, right? He doesn't swear. So I feel
and that's why I switched.
Bro, I feel like there's such a almost not a handicap, but he doesn't have that crutch on these words to have like filler or like something like that to where it's like, I almost dare say he's got a little more lyrical capability than most or all people to a point.
Yeah.
He doesn't use those words.
To a T. No, he does.
Okay. See, I was like, I got to dance around that a little bit.
Anybody that use like profanity words to fill in, and I've got them beat.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You got a dude that's like giving you substance in every freaking word that he's spitting. Like, you don't find that in a lot of artists nowadays. So it's like, man, that dude's special. That's why I got him in at second. Like, that dude's special.
See, okay, then he's kind of on the same mindset that I'm in with it, and the fact that not only the respect between at least that what we've seen so far, like the Corday and Hobson not swearing on his tracks was huge, and the fact that you know they still brought it as well. But it was just I've toyed with who's better, Eminem or you know NF, and it's like oh man, that's a tough one, you know. But it's because I've grown up with NF. But like, did you ever get into like any like underground rap, like you know, like Selly Cell, Sibo, shit like that? Even 3 6 Mafia before they were like kind of
3 6 Mafia, a little white though. Those were my joints.
yeah.
Tell you, like,
No Limit Soldiers, like
like that's what I'm saying. Like I didn't know anything about these other artists or bands. That's who I was stuck on. Like 3 6 Mafia was like the group because the sounds that they were just bringing out, like that Memphis North, like that's when you hear
deep bass.
Project Pack. Yeah, like when you hear Project Pack come on here saying North and
RZA.
That's a whole bop.
It is.
I'm stuck. So like those. That's what I grew up on. For
me too. Like, and that's where like, and I am torn with certain things. Like I want Kyle to hear this like the things that I was listening to, and we actually had somebody get kicked off our Discord because I don't know if you know who this is, but I love the dude, but I grew up on him. But they suggested a couple Brother Lynch songs, and he's got very, very descriptive like names for his songs, and people thought that this person was being like hateful speech, and they kicked him like no oh god that he was like suggesting something. But like that's the stuff that I was like, I want Kyle, like ICP, like I want to see his face.
I've never heard ICP. I know nothing about them except for like one song about some like I don't know, like I'm gonna probably get murdered for this, but it was like the whole like mad scientist or whatever, like you can hear like bubbling in the background or something, and he's like, you know, making like Frankenstein's monster or some shit. Like that's I heard it one time when I was like 9 or something.
I think I know what you're talking about, but but it's like I get into all that stuff, and it's like I try. That's what we were talking about earlier, like branching out. It's like that's why I didn't know like what you grew up with, like who your favorite rapper still is now, like if you've switched anything, or like, you know, oh man, like I don't like these new sounds that like maybe my favorite artist was doing. Like, has that ever happened to you? Because it's happened to me a few times.
I mean, like my favorite artist, like yeah, like no, he's stuck to the roots where he goes back into like like these old school, like I love old school music. Like we can't go back to it.
Mhm.
So those forever be like legendary
Yeah.
um records. But like even going into like the new school music, it's like yeah, it's good, but it doesn't give you that same substance that we used to get,
Nope.
Right.
from the old artists. But with my favorite artist, like yeah, he dips and dabbles back into like different sounds, but he keeps his roots.
Mm.
That's why I'm stuck on Kendrick, because
Okay.
it's like he keeps the substance in the lyrics, and even though sometimes it can get off topic, talking about what everybody is talking about in the world, you go back to the roots and you still giving people what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's
Fair.
why I don't know.
No,
I gotta stick with that.
No, that's fair, because it's just like, with how music has been changing and what we react to, and like over the years, like we always make the joke that like, I swear all genres of music died in like 27 or 2007 or 2012 or something like that, where it's like, it just stopped.
Mhm.
Yeah, it feel like that. Yeah, it feel like that.
It does. Like we got such good music all the way up, like, all genres, even like older, I don't mean older, but like, 60s and 70s and stuff, where it's like, these were jams, man. Like you couldn't walk into a store without hearing them.
Fuck, now we getting Sexy Red music all over the damn place.
Right. And it's like, I don't mind change and growth or whatever you want to call it, but it's like, can we come back over here, please? Like just for a minute. Like
We want to be
Right.
real, and I don't like. I'm so. I don't want to be a theorist or whatever, but like we're way past that agenda now. It's like they're pushing a whole nother agenda.
Right.
they are.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
We get it. Like I'm a conspiracy theorist dabbler myself, and look at
Yeah.
things and get into. Oh yeah, I get it.
I'm
So-
sure we'll probably talk about some stuff after we get off the actual recording. So yeah. Yeah, it's well, honestly, it's one of those that even like from the perspective that, I mean, I know that I for sure have, and then like as well as you, and it's something that I'm very curious about, like your end of things. Even though like you've cut music out as far as like in your personal life, I am very curious. The first time that you heard Sleep Token and just like everything that they do, like I'm very curious to pick your brain about this, because this is something that like, because even like when we were talking with Rager when we had him on, was that, it was the idea, like, I think the question that you asked him was like, where do you think music is going, or do you think music is in a good place? And the way he said it was that, I think that there's hope. I think that there's hope for good things. We've gotten some very interesting things we've never heard before, but this entire just, whether you want to call it fever dream thing that Vessel had, or if it was a legit, vision that he was given, like regardless, we have the music. And it's like, I'm very curious on your take on Sleep Token and what you think about them.
I think Sleep Token is the one that saves everything.
Yeah.
To be honest, because they go from blues. They give you different flavors. They go from different blues to jazz to they can give you the R&B flavor,
Yes.
to the hip hop flavors. Then they can take you down into that metal rock. It's so many genres that they just dive through musically,
Mhm.
and it's crazy. And like if people actually listen to them, like the melodies and the harmonies that they just pitch out, it's almost like a damn time travel in music.
Yeah. Dude, seriously. Yes.
Well put. Like well put. And the fact that he said that they're the ones that save everything.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that this has been between the Sleep Tokens, the Ronnies, things like that, people can switch lanes in so many different lanes and execute it so well, and it doesn't feel like you're being ripped out of a lane. You smooth glide into it a lot of times. I think that, that was beautifully put. I'm just, I don't know how else to say.
Well, seriously, man, like even like, because like, I don't know how much if you've like heard our kind of like our journey with Sleep Token, but we heard the summoning first and didn't have the lyrics up, and we did not really have that good of a time. Like we reacted, we did our thing, but like when we got done, it was just kind of like, man, like, I don't know, I'm digging Will Ramos's, version of these things better. Like, I'm like, is there really substance here? And then Take Me Back to Eden. and hearing that rap part just like flow in just properly. And it's like, I dangle in the room like cold cuts, like even the reaction where I'm like, who thinks like that? Like, it's just so ridiculous.
Well, and not having the lyrics up, like he was saying, like the end of the summoning, it saved it for us because we're like, jazz?
Yeah, right.
Like, what just happened? Like, we're like, no. Let's rewind that shit. But it opened up that like thought.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No.
It was Polyphia had like certain lyrics with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's honestly, and Polyphia has actually become the band that I've had a few bands that outside of the channel, because I'm so desperate to keep my Spotify playlist alive with things that are new, is that it's been basically like Polyphia, and then the home team. It's been some new stuff that it's a new band that I've hadn't heard before. And Dance Gavin Dance, because that was a band that like we tried so hard to get them to go on the channel. And it just, after 4 reactions where it was like, guys, like, I'm just going to enjoy this band on my own. Like, this is a personal band, so.
You didn't show up.
Yeah, right.
Like,
so,
Yep, that's what happens. And the thing is, it's like, it's crazy that you don't get the traffic that you deserve on those when the audience is asking for it.
Right.
Yes.
They're up your ass constantly. Guys, I mean that in a nice way, but like it's in the fact of, you're right. Like, we hear that all the time. We're like, okay, we'll do this. And we're like, well, it's been up for 6 hours. Where the fuck are you? So it's very frustrating, because we also, I'm sure you probably get it too, where it's like, why hasn't this been on more? Do you not like it? It's like, no, I do like it, but it's hurting the channel.
Yeah.
We can't do it. Like, my reaction isn't not genuine. I did like it. I did freak out, but like we can't do any more Whit Lowry,
right?
Because it just bombed every time, like or whatever.
That's my brother. Oh
right?
God.
Seriously,
It hurts me, man. It hurts me to the core. Because he hits me up and asks me like to react to it, and Whit, no, I got him, bro. Like, that's like one of the artists that I've like reacted to starting out was Whit Lowry.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. He was one of the, because like his storytelling and his lyric ability is just crazy, man. And I'm like, how do people like where we at with hip hop, bro? Are we not in the era of like hip hop storytellers and lyric ability, or are we stuck on just bops for days?
Yeah.
Bro? Like,
yes. Controlling what we listen to, basically. Like, exactly.
They don't want it. They don't want
real substance. They don't want real bars. They don't want real music. Like, oh, dude, don't even get me started. Because, again, we weren't going through it. It was the other night on Twitch. Haley's like, you need to listen to, it's either Crash or Crashed. And I got done. I'm like, bitch, you trying to make me cry? Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, why would you do that?
Well, especially like, because I think the very first reaction we ever did of Whit Lowry's was Oxygen. And it was kind of like having to, go into it and not like knowing that, okay, this is obviously a rap artist, but it's like, okay, like Whit Lowry, it's okay. That's, is that his brand? Is that his real name? Like, what kind of, like, what is the feeling or the sound that comes to people's ears when they hear that? Because we didn't know. And that was a reaction. I'm pretty sure we had it like in the middle of the cycle of stuff that we do, because we try to do emotional stuff like at the beginning of the night. That way we can recover. Even when we did "How Could You Leave Us," we were that was one of like the hardest reaction we've ever done. And the following song was "Real" by NF, and it was like, okay, cool, like we're picking it right back up. It's like we're able to like change the dynamic. But no, Oxygen, like that was one that like we both were just aggressively unprepared for. And it was just like, oh my God, I didn't know that we were going to be emotional tonight. And then doing Last Letter and, but just Silicon Kingdom, like just, it's just, it's nuts.
Nobody showed up. And that's what it was just like you were saying, like, do we not hear the same artists here?
Yeah.
Like, why are these people not famous, or why are these people not doing bigger numbers? Because they have a real message. Yeah,
and they used to.
Yeah, they used to. Exactly.
They used to deliver numbers for me. And I'm like, I'm not even an artist. And like, bro, and then they just die off.
Hell, we've had Tom reactions. Bomb.
Right.
And I'm like,
it's like, especially
dude?
like, I think that more so is frustrating only because it's like Tom is always trending. So it's like because of like the things he's saying. Well, I mean, take it or leave it what he's saying, but it's like regardless, he is out there. Like even our grandmother, who is like she's severely disconnected from the world, and I think mom like ended up showing her a picture of, us like doing something. And she's like, oh, I know that gentleman. He's been on the news. And it's like, oh my God, like this is crazy, so, but yeah.
No, that's crazy. The Tom videos they are crazy. And I'm one of the ones that like, if people know Tom, they know me. And if you know me, you know Tom.
You know Tom. Exactly. That's kind of, like I said, I'm pretty sure Tom, Upchurch thing, that's how I found you. So it's like, I know you've been riding with them since the beginning, basically, in a sense, because I don't even know how long at that point you had been up or how many subscribers you had. My mind didn't work that way. I just saw somebody that had a good setup, they had a good microphone, and they got into the music the way I did.
Yeah.
And I stayed. And I didn't care about numbers. I didn't care about, I was like, Too Lit's fucking awesome. He's fucking lit. Like, why wouldn't I stay? So,
yeah.
But that's how I found you. And the fact, like you said, you've been riding with these people. And like, like we were talking earlier about all of the switches with YouTube and algorithms and things. It's like, they truly do control how things get pumped out. Like, for sure.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
and it's just, it takes a toll.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that probably sum up like why that's why I want to stop doing the reaction videos, is because you put in so much and you get nothing out of it.
Get nothing out of it, right? Is there anything? Was that what you were going to ask?
Actually, what is your question? Yeah,
what was next, if anything?
Yeah, just to kind of like wrap things up, man. Is that again, like because you and I have kind of like talked through messaging a little bit, and you were like oh, like I'm trying to think of like other content or like just like kind of like brainstorming and stuff. So like if like in a perfect world, like what's next for you, man? Like what is something that you would like to do, if like taking reactions out of it or maybe evolve it? Like what's on your mind?
I don't even know, bro. I'm still thinking about it to this day.
Okay.
Because like I feel like if I take music reactions out of it, the one thing for me is like I never want to be stingy. I never want to be the person to like take away from people or take something special away from people. And like y'all said, like when y'all seen y'all were down at some points and the reactions pulled y'all out of some dark times or whatever. Like I don't want to take that energy, and I don't want to take that special moment from people. So it's like I'm kind of teetering on it. Like it's like sure. I want these labels to wake up and get their act right, but at the same time it's like I can't keep doing it and not being able to feed my family for sense, and I'm giving y'all full time. So it's like I want to keep delivering, but I can't for nothing. So when that puts me in a position to think like, what content can I put out? I mean, we could do like boxing reactions. We could like do like I love cars. I love getting into like fast cars and doing reviews. So that would be dope. Or me doing content with my fiance again, like pranks and challenges, and just going out and doing different stuff, and maybe getting reactions to like, I never seen like real animals or real reptiles, or so it'd be crazy to get reactions to
sure
yeah, so like,
almost like a vlog.
Yeah, almost like that. But you're still getting like my actual reactions.
Correct.
Certain things that maybe I haven't seen, I know I haven't seen, and maybe you haven't seen, but it'd be dope to see like how the freak he reacts to this, or how the freak he reacts to seeing an anaconda.
The same as everybody. Get it the fuck away from me.
I love snakes, but that's just me.
Well, so, one that can no, Kyle, like that's too big.
Oh, come on, put it on your shoulders and like
that's what she said.
Yeah.
The irony that it's a snake.
A very long one. No,
hey, this is a kid friendly. No, it's not.
Most wholesome things. We get a lot of requests for that at Sunday school. Yeah, so
it's crazy. I really don't know where to go with it though.
Yeah,
since I've been doing reactions, all I know is like reactions. Yeah, but I want to get back into making music. Hopefully, we do a collab with Kyle and some other artists, and we can break out some stuff. You can get on there and rap something, or like I don't know. I want to do something different. Like I'm just doing music reactions. I can do a whole lot more, and that's the crazy thing. It's like when it comes down to editing, oh, y'all ain't even seen it yet.
Okay.
Oh shit. Oh man. Okay.
End.
That's it. Yeah, end of show. No, I mean, if I can encourage you, man, it's one of the things that I think it was the video that I showed you when it was like how to have like a presence on camera and things, and it was also like how to like evolve like your stuff, and it was Hank Green from the Vlog Brothers where he did a video on how to vlog, and the whole video is awesome if you're a beginner, all that stuff. But there was one moment that stuck with me was that he said, he's like, when you're making content, he was like, do not be afraid to try.
Yeah.
That he's like, I understand that that's really scary, especially if you've done something for so long. But I know that like there's been many times that we have thrown things at the wall and it's like, okay, like these 12 things are in our hands, you know, metaphorically, but it's like throwing it and then being like, okay, what 2 things or 10 things stick? Right. You know, and or one thing or none of them do. You know, and I think that, you know, honestly, dude, like you have such a dynamic in your personality. Like, you know, when you're on camera, you know, for a fact, like while you're there, it's, you know, it's like you're, you know, bringing out everything that's happening. And it's, I genuinely think that you have a lot of opportunity, like to do many 100%. Different things. Because it's just, it's your personality, man. Like that's along with your visuals and everything else. Like, you know, like you can have flashy shit. You can do everything that you're doing. But if the person is, you know, not engaging with the art, then you're not going to stick around. You know, I would argue that you would be able to keep, you know, like your audience base, even if you didn't have all the flashiness, because dude, like you're dynamic as fuck. Like, it's like you love music, and it's so cool to see that. So it's like being able to like process that, you know, and like kind of like, as we always say, like steer it, you know, it's like we're steering into this feels good, or, you know, different things like that. You know, I think you got a good road ahead of you, man, for sure.
But that's the scary part though, like building up this fan base, like it how can I put it? I don't know if y'all look at it this way, but when you do certain reactions, it creates a certain, you know, fan base for that certain, you know, reaction type song or whatever you do. So like over the years of doing these reactions, I think like I built like certain blocks for like metal reactions or metal heads, or, you know, people that want to see metal music, or people that want to see hip hop reactions or something like that. Now it's like, it's kind of scary to think like now you can't step out of that, because nobody is probably really going to want to view that, because they were there to see you react to
whatever
music.
it is. Yeah.
And instead of everybody signing, like initially, I think everybody needs to subscribe for the people, the reactors, instead of what else they bring to the table. Just be there for them. And then the creators can, you know, they can create whatever they want and be solid and secure about like what they're putting out, and know that they're going to have the following to view it. But if people are being selective about what they're viewing or what they want to view, then I don't think, you know, subscribers don't matter.
Right. Because it's like people have this misconception that we have 200 and whatever thousand subscribers, that every video gets 230,000 views. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Seeing that in the comments, bro, like, dude, this dude's got... he's got 500,000 subs and only pulling 600 views.
Yeah.
I don't, looking at me, you telling me, I'm looking at you.
Tell your friends. But that's the thing, is that it's that misconception of all that, because you know, you're right, where it's like it's not the same number pool and things like that. Like and that's why, you know, I opened up the Detour. It's everything except reactions. Yeah. You know, it's, you know, video games, it's some food stuff, whatever. Like if you want to watch us do these things, come over here to the Detour. If not, watch us do reactions. But we were trying to throw those things in the reaction channel, and like it worked, but it didn't. Like you said, people were here for the reaction part, not the person part, in a sense. So it's interesting to see who actually came over for the personal side of things. And it's very drastic.
That's what I'm stuck at. Like, it's like, how do I evolve that? Like, how do I transform Tulip Mafia from being just reactions or just being strictly reaction channel? How do I evolve it into being something else? Or do I even evolve it? Do I even take the time out to evolve it and just start over? Like, that's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. But see, you also have a big enough name out there that, again, with it will be a percentage, but I think that if you did something like that, it would pull that audience over to give you that at least kind of like maybe boost. But, you know, again, burnout is real. Trial and error is it sucks. You know, like Kyle always says when people start out, like, how do I do this? Like, you're going to have to suck for a little bit. You have to suck for a little bit. Yeah, you do, because you don't know what you're doing yet.
Yeah, there are short films on YouTube that will never see the light of day, and even the short film I made with my buddies, where it was a found footage Christian horror film that was rated R. So like,
How the fuck does that work, Kyle?
I was trying to be edgy, but no, it's just the. If you ever want to see it, I'll send it to you. I saw the files, but it's just don't distribute it to the masses because we will lose all credibility. But no, like, I mean, seriously, like, it's that is the thing where it's like, you know, like we've gone back and we've looked at old videos and it was like, God, like, how did anybody click on us? Like, or like what was the deal, you know? But again, it's just, you know, that not being able to make sense of it and just rolling with it and just being like, wow, okay, like, you know, there are people that are like, you know, I don't know like what it's like on your end, but, you know, we have our kind of like our core group of like audience members that have become really good friends and, you know, even like family. And it's like, wow, like, you know, it's like even though like things get hard, it's just like I don't remember what life was like before this. Like it's just, you know, because it's like it's been such a
I'm just on
lifestyle.
the go.
Yeah, you know, it's nuts, man. It's really wild.
Yeah.
There's no hitting the brakes.
I think that's kind of like been the lifestyle for like the past 7 years. It's like not knowing what else to do, and you just deliver. That's all.
That's all you know how to
been
do.
the main focus is delivering. And that's exhausting.
It is. You know, it really is. Like, and that's the thing is like you always feel like if you pump the brakes, something bad's going to happen. You can't pump the brakes. You have to hit the gas harder.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it also takes a toll on your mental, on your social life, on your maybe personal life. Like there's got to be that balance.
I think like if I just took a step back for like, you know, gave myself like a good break, maybe like 4 months or like, I don't know, half a year. Because when we moved here, like I said, it's been a hassle trying to get these videos up for the past year. Like I've been trying to figure out like go sit in McDonald's for 3-4 hours and get kicked out of McDonald's because I can't finish uploading, or like go to my mom's or drive an hour to my mom's and upload. Like, so it's,
oh shit.
It's been crazy trying to deliver with that same energy for this whole year living in this house. So I think when we get out of here, I think I'm just gonna have to, if these reactions were to continue, I would have to like press pause for like a good 3-4 months.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, dude.
There's nothing wrong with that, man, at all. Like, dude, at the end of the day, you know, I know we talked earlier about the whole, like, you know, what we said to you, you know, pulling us out of dark times and things like that. And that is great. And you don't want to pull that energy away from people. But at the same time, you have to take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you're not healthy and not in the right mindset, you're not going to deliver that same energy or that same thing and content for the people that are here for that reason. You know, in a sense, we are all their backbones for that, like how you were for us and things like that. It's like, you know, but you have to have a strong back to do that. And, you know, so don't ever think that anybody will like hate you for that, or like, you know, like take time for yourself, man, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. Like, I don't like being selfish about, you know, pulling stuff away from people, especially if it's helping them.
Right. You're a giver.
Then again, it feeds me too. It feeds me too.
Sure.
Because that's fuel for me. Like that's motivation for me to keep going. So
it does.
Yeah.
But everybody gets tired. Fighters get tired.
Yep, that's right,
man.
man.
Sit in the corner.
Way that I've always seen it is that, you know, God even rested on the 7th day. So you know what? It's, you know, it's sorry to take a break, man. So, but and plus, it honestly does nothing but just excite me more, you know, to see what you'll create.
Man, I can create some lit stuff, man. I could really do some crazy things, but it's just to be able to do that, I got to be able to branch out.
Sure.
That's not being stuck in a box with reaction. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, I just we know good things will come about. It's, and even if you, like I said, have to take a break, do that. But dude, I got to say personally, thank you for this.
Yeah.
This is legit, like kind of a dream come true, because like I said, I've been watching you for a long time, and like we just talked about, like in dark places and stuff, but this is something I never thought I would be able to do, to just literally sit down and talk to you, pick your brain a little bit. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
Yeah.
Bro, it's all love. Y'all know y'all fam. So like, it's never like wasting time. It's always about valuing time, and this is valuable. So
bro, time is my biggest thing right now. Like,
Yeah.
that is something you cannot get back. Like I'm on a whole like little life journey and things, but dude, I get it. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
That definitely like feeding off of what Kyle just said about resting on the seventh day. I've been standing firm on that. Like like listen, if God did it, I'm about to do it.
I'm doing it. Yeah.
Y'all give yourself Sunday to rest.
Yeah.
Don't do nothing on Sunday.
Yep.
It's like, even like how he had like the great way of saying it, where it was like when people asked him about heaven, and he was like, "In my Father's house there are many rooms. If it was not so, I would not have said it." So, but I mean, to basically wrap this up, is what we do is that usually I have Eric tell the audience something that he wants to say, but we're basically just going to give the floor to you, man. Is that to close this out? Is there anything you would like the audience to know? Plug anything that you have. The floor is yours, man.
Oh yeah, everybody. I don't care. Everybody subscribe to Riker Road.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Riker Road. They deserve it. They actually deserve more. Y'all actually deserve more. But like there's times where like I don't react. I mean, I don't watch reaction channels.
Right.
Same.
Because I feel like if you watch it, then it kind of like you kind of like trying to feed off of it, and then maybe you will pull something that reaction channel does in your videos, and you might not want to do that. So like I kind of like don't watch reaction channels.
Same.
I've been watching y'all react, because every time I react to something, I want to see how y'all react to it.
Oh my God.
like I've been a sucker for that. So like I feel like y'all deserve more than like what y'all got, but it's coming.
Dude,
thank you.
Dude, that is huge, man. We appreciate it so much, and it's one of those that as we have we've done podcasts before, where it's like like we've met people for the first time, and we've kind of like broken the ice and had some conversations. But dude, if you're down for it, man, we'd love to have you on again. Maybe be more a little like topic focused or something like that.
Sure.
Just all that stuff, dude. Like you're somebody that we definitely want to stick by and definitely stick around and just see like what's going on. So it's just getting you involved and just having fun, because it's definitely this reaction culture needs more just that community.
Yeah.
Just like being able to like stand by each other's sides and help each other out, man. So definitely.
I think that's what it need to be. Like we all need to come together. Like all reaction channels need to come together so that we can make the voice heard to these labels. Like don't just do the work for them. Don't do the work for them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let there be a compromise. Let there be like a relationship between all of us, so that we all can eat, instead of being taken advantage of and just being a guinea pig to them. So I think like we all just need to create that family base of reactors. We all got each other back.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Agreed.
Well said, man. Well, guys, this has been another awesome episode. Tulit, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Time is precious. We appreciate you giving us our time. And if you guys want to see more interviews like this or anything else, comment below and let us know. And we will see you guys next week. Adios.